coming back home to look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. We jump over to the English Premier League, then we look at the Spanish La Liga, and then we'll take over to the Italian Serie A, the German Bundesliga, the Dutch Eredivisie, and the French Ligue. So much we'll be looking at this morning. A lot of upset, especially in the English Premier League. I know most of us are trying, probably will be trying to react to those games in the EPL as we tend to review these games together. For you that you already have the news at hand already, looking at every games from the weekend, you can begin to send me your SMS, WhatsApp messages, and voice note. The number 09097054450 as we tend to review these games together. Now, despite the ordeal of Sunshine Stars, they still went ahead to honor the game at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin, but they lost to the Benin Gunners. Yes, they lost to the Benin Gunners. Now, the surprise game of the weekend for me in the Nigerian Premier Football League is the game between the Doma United, a privately owned club in the north, in Gombe State to be precise. They took on the Say Mesugida boys. Funny enough, they continued their winning streak by peeping the Say Mesugida boys. So we'll give you the results of games in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Like I said, a lot we'll be looking at this lovely Monday morning. Now, before we go for this quick break, let's tend to probably inform commuters coming from the Nyanya Maraba axis. Yes, Karu, Nyanya, Maraba, New Nyanya, one man village. Ado, all of you coming from that side, please, you have to exercise a lot of patience this morning because the military, as usual in their wisdom, have decided to block the road. Yes, just immediately after the Karu Bridge, the military, in their wisdom, decide to block the road. They will tell you they've received intelligence, and like I said, in their wisdom. So if you're already in the hold up, please exercise patience. If you're about to leave the home, please just try and think twice when to leave and when not to leave. If you've experienced this before and you're still at home, please tend to do the needful. Well, I just tell to inform you on that particular. Let's go for this quick break, and when we return, we'll begin with the Nigerian Premier League, or probably let's start with the CAF Confederations Cup. Rivers United.
Golf, football, basketball, lawn tennis, cricket, volleyball, athletics. It's the mother of all sports show.
It's sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Woo. Now, back to sports. It's
Eagles 102.3.
Krunic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Okay, glad to know you're still there. And if you're just tuning in, 8 minutes already gone past the hour of 8 a.m. And I still remain your humble sport minister on radio, Vicky. Let's begin with the CAF Confederations Cup. Okay, as we begin the review this morning, let's tell you that Rivers United peep Club Africain in Uyo over the weekend. Now, Nima Wangwan was the hero as Rivers United claimed a hard-earned 1-0 victory against Tunisia's Club Africain at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. Now, Wangwan struck 5 minutes before the break to hand Stanley Eguma's side all maximum 3 points in that particular encounter. Now the Port Harcourt side are now the third Nigerian club after BCC Lions or Boku in 1999 and Eyimba in 2008 to defeat Club Africain on the continent. Now, Rivers United remain in second position in Group C with 6 points from 3 games. Now, Club Africain top the group with 6 points from the same number of matches. Both teams will meet again in match day 4 contest on Wednesday, December 20. Now, Angola's Academica du Loboto are up against Dream FC of Ghana in the other group. Okay, look at that particular group of Rivers United, Group C to be precise. They are in second position after 3 games. Club Africain remain on top of the table with also 6 points. Rivers United second on the log, 6 points. And Dream FC also, they have 6 points. After winning their game yesterday also against Academica. That game ended 3-2 in favor of Dream FC of Ghana. So the whooping team in that group is Academica as they have no point after 3 games. So let's watch out for match day 4, and that game will be against Club Africain December 20. I wish Rivers United to come out of this particular group and get to the quarterfinal stage. That was the last feature in the last edition of the CAF Confederations Cup. So this is not only Rivers United that have defeated Club Africain. Remember BCC Lion of Boko, and these are clubs of those days. Where they defeated Club Africain, that was in 1990, and we also saw the People's Elephant Eyimba also beating Club Africain in 2008. So it's not only Rivers United have enjoyed win from Club Africain, but we also have the light of BCC Lion of Boko, and at the same time the People's Elephant. And we look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. Like I said, before that game, before the weekend game, Sunshine Stars team, met the guys from the underworld. No life was lost. One of the ball boy was shot, and also players suffered injuries. And many football stakeholders, administrators, football fans actually came out to condemn that particular event. Yes, and it's not only to condemn. Let's see if you guys can do the needful. Yes, do the needful. But funny enough, Sunshine players still went ahead to honor that game. Yes, they went ahead to the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium and they honored that game against Bendel Insurance, but they lost that game also to the Benin Gunners by a single goal. I will say a good one, but wish them a quick recovery. That's the main thing, and that's all we need at this time. Okay, let's give you a rundown of what happened in the Premier League this weekend. Yes, it was an Oriental derby, a local derby in Aba, as Eyimba claimed the derby spoils against Abia Warriors, courtesy of a 2-1 win in Aba on a Sunday. Yes, a massive win there for Eyimba. Now the holders went in front through Happy Eze 6 minutes before the stroke of time. Now Chidebere Nachi doubled the advantage 2 minutes before the hour mark. Now Augustine Njoko halved the deficit for Abia Warriors in stoppage time. In Ikene, yes, that game ended in favor of Eyimba. Now in Ikene, Remo Stars reclaimed top spot after a 2-0 win against Kwara United. Now Adams Olamilekon and Samid Kadir were the goal scorer for Daniel Ogumodede's side. Now former champions Plateau United recorded their first win of the season. Yes, their first win of the season, edging past Niger Tornadoes 3-2 at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. Now Harrison Ebab put Plateau United ahead on the 3rd minute. Now host took control of the game through a brace from Bashir Usman. Plateau United, however, won the game courtesy of goals from Albert Ilari and Silas Netrota. That's talking about the Jos side. Now Sheyi Ogutayo scored the winning goal as Aqua United defeated Lobby Stars for the 3rd win of the season at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. We also talked about Benin City, where they edged out Sunshine Stars in that particular encounter. Now Benjamin Tanimu, 4th penalty separated both sides on the night. Elsewhere, Bayelsa United gave their relegation fight a big push after a 2-0 win against Rangers. Kehinde Lawal gave Restoration Boys the lead a minute before the break. Now, Ekesin Okorie added the second 12 minutes from time. Now, Gombe United beat Heartland 2-0 at the Pantami Township Stadium in Gombe. Now, Umar Abba scored the cotton razor in the first minute, while Alekwe Chijoki doubling the advantage 3 minutes before the hour mark. So here are the results in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Doma United 1, Plateau United 0. Bender Insurance 1, Sunshine Stars 0. Bayelsa United 2, Rangers 0. Ayimba 2, Abia Warriors 1. 3SC settled for a 1-0 draw against Katsina United. Aqua United, their 3rd win for the season, peeped Lobby Stars by a single goal. Remo Stars 2, Kwara United 0. Tornadoes 2, Plateau United 3, and Gombe United 2, Heartland 0. So Plateau United with the only away win this weekend, and it was their first win for the season. Talking about former champions Plateau United. Okay, for those following the league, just talking about the MPFL, the Nigerian Premier League, what's your take with the games from this weekend? If you ask me, Doma United, who happens to be a privately owned team, probably a privately owned club in the league, and also Remo Stars, privately owned club. I'll keep emphasizing on that, whether you guys like it or not, because they are doing well. Yes, they are doing well in the MPFL, doing well in such a way that if you look at them, they're almost seated on the top 3 and top 4 of the league, and they are doing everything possible to either go to Europe or at the same time see how they can lift them the MPFL trophy. Okay, looking at the table, Remo Stars on top of the table after 13 games, followed by Doma United with 25 points. Yes, Remo 26, Doma 25. Lobby Stars third with 23 points. Ayimba 22 points, climbing up the table. Also, Bender Insurance also climbing up the table, but you can give it to the two privately owned clubs. That's Remo Stars and Doma United, who seems to be on fire this season. Another privately owned club is Sporting Lagos. They are in 10th position. They are yet to play the outstanding game. Yes, the outstanding game will be played on the 17th, and that game will be against Enugu Rangers. Also, Shooting Stars, probably Plateau United have an outstanding game against Sporting Lagos. Wow, against Sporting Lagos. Okay, let's see how we pant out. Ayimba, also, they have an outstanding game against Enugu Rangers. So a win for Ayimba in the outstanding game. We see them climbing up. Yes, the defending champions doing what they know how to do best. Okay, let's go straight to the English Premier League. It was a weekend of upset. Yes, if you ask me, a weekend of upset. I'll be wondering, where should I start up from? Yes, the early fixtures was between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Yes, early fixtures was between Crystal Palace and Liverpool, and that game went down at the Selhurst Park. Now, Liverpool actually won that game on the road, yes, and they were victory for Liverpool. See them getting closer to the Gunners, but was that really close? It wasn't really close. Now let's look at the game. Crystal Palace got a red card in that particular encounter, and a lot of substitution coming in, especially in the second half. Now the first half, probably the second half, on the 57th minute, we saw Crystal Palace taking the lead. Yes, Crystal Palace taking the lead in the 57th minute, courtesy of Mateta. And now the game went on, a lot of yellow card substitution until Mohamed Salah equalized for Liverpool in the 76th minute, courtesy of Mohamed Salah, assisted by Jones. But meanwhile, that goal came in after the red card given to Jordan Ayew. Yes, that red card given to Jordan Ayew paved way for Liverpool to get the equalizer. And in the 91st minute, equalizer, Liverpool made it 2. Yes, in the 91st minute, Liverpool made it 2. Courtesy of Elliott and assisted by Mohamed Salah. So Mohamed Salah with a goal and an assist, giving all maximum point to Liverpool. And 4 minutes in additional time, a goal was disallowed for offside, courtesy of a VAR, and that goal was initially scored by Diaz until it was ruled for offside, confirmed by the video assistant referee. And we look at a big other big upset. We go straight to the theatre of dreams, where it was a theatre of nightmare for Manchester United. Yes, a theatre of nightmare for United. Now Solanke opened scoring for Bournemouth 5 minutes in that particular game. 5 minutes in that particular encounter. Yes, only the goal in the first half, courtesy of Solanke, assisted by Cook, for Bournemouth to take the lead in the first half. And resumption in the second half, we saw changes coming in. Now Billing was introduced in the 58th minute, and 10 minutes after introduction, Billing made it 2 for Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth also made it 3, 73 minutes, courtesy of Senesi. Now Ten Hag made changes in the 79th minute, where 3 players were introduced: Evans, Pellistrix, and Rashford, all coming in the 79th minute. But it was not enough for Ten Hag's side to even get a goal. Now 2 minutes in additional time, a goal was ruled out for handball against Bournemouth. So Bournemouth actually would have scored 4 goals, but a goal was ruled offside for Manchester. For Bournemouth. Yes, that goal ruled offside for Bournemouth. So it was 3-0 in favor of Bournemouth. 3 goals, 3 points for Bournemouth. It was really a theatre of nightmare. Okay, looking at another upset. Yes, another upset again was the game between Aston Villa and Arsenal. Well, one man, Unai Emery, seems to be familiar with the top 4 teams. Yes, a couple of days back he defeated Manchester City, and only for this weekend he defeated his former club, Arsenal. And also Arteta was furious in that particular one. Now that game came in the first minute, probably 7th minute, not the first minute, the 7th minute of that particular game, courtesy of McGinn. That was the only goal of the game. We saw how both players sizing themselves up. A lot of introductions in the second half, precisely at about 46 minutes, 56 minutes, 66 minutes introduction for Aston Villa side. But meanwhile, Mikel Arteta decided to make his own substitution in the 70th minute and also in the 82nd minute. Now, a goal was ruled for handball in the 90th minute. It was disallowed by the VAR for handball. probably that was where the frustration coming in for Mikel Arteta's side, and also at the light of Arsenal players. Zinchenko was taken off, and Nelson was introduced in the 4th minute of additional time, believing that Arsenal can get all the needed points. Okay, another big upset over the weekend was the game between Chelsea and Everton at the Goodison Park. Like I said in one of my previews on my socials, I said it was a rejuvenated Everton side. Yes, a rejuvenated Everton side, and eventually that was exactly what happened in that particular preview which I did on socials. Now, if you look at it, it is truly a rejuvenated Everton side as they tend to struggle and come out of the relegation zone. Now, no goals in the first half, but 4 minutes, probably 9 minutes in the second half. 9 minutes in the second half. Now, Dukri made it 1 for Everton. We saw the lights of Chelsea struggling. Sterling introduced, Jackson introduced, Palmer got a yellow card, Modric got a yellow card, Petrovic was also introduced, but nothing happened to the Chelsea team. And the 2nd minute of additional time, that is precisely 92nd minute. It was Dobin who made it 2 for Everton. Wow, what a game this weekend. And even the game between Luton and Manchester City, Luton drew the first blood, and City had to come from behind to win that particular one. And looking at the game between Tottenham and Newcastle United, well, I didn't see this number of goals coming in, but Newcastle, or probably Tottenham Hotspur, yes, Tottenham Hotspur seems to find their rhythm, and they paved way for more goals. Now, the first goal coming in the 26th minute and the 38th minutes in the first half, courtesy of Udoji and Richardson, all in the first half, and assisted by one man, Son Heung-min. Now, in the second half, 60th minute to be precise, Richarlison got his brace, his second of the evening, in the 60th minute to make it 3-0. Now, Son Heung-min from the penalty spot made it 4 for Tottenham Hotspur from the spot. Massive thanks to Son Heung-min. Now, a consolation goal coming from Jolinton. First minute in additional time for Chelsea, probably rather for Newcastle United. Yes, 1 minute in additional time, courtesy of Jolinton, gave the only goal for Newcastle United. Now, what happened to Newcastle United this weekend? Okay, here are the result of the remaining other games. Fulham 5 for Fulham, and West Ham 0. And we look at Brighton and Burnley settled for a 1-0 draw. We see Sheffield United beat Brentford by a single goal, and Wolverhampton Wanderers and Nottingham Forest had to settle for a 1-1 draw. So that's a review from the games in the English Premier League. It was not a fantastic one for most of the teams. Yes, not a good one for some teams, especially for Manchester United and Chelsea. There seems to be the two teams that have been doing woto here on the show. Yes, Chelsea and the United, they all lost their games this weekend. Well, Arsenal, they've been on the lighter note. No much noise for Arsenal. But let's see how the table is after match 16, or probably round 16 of the English Premier League. Okay, for the first time this season, Liverpool are on top of the table. For the first time this season, Arsenal followed closely with 36 points after losing that game to Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa are now third on the log, just 1 point separating Villa and Arsenal. And Manchester City occupied the 4th position, and Tottenham are now 5th on the log. Now, Liverpool 37, 1 point separating Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal 36, 1 point separating them and Aston Villa. 1 point also separating Villa. No, 2 points separating Villa and Manchester City. Will Manchester City ever taste that top 4 again, or probably go on top again? Come on, I'll leave it to you guys to answer. For the first time, Everton are out of the relegation zone. Luton take over. Burnley is still there, and Sheffield United still there. So Everton out of the relegation zone. Massive one for the Everton team. Okay, let's take your reactions. 09073530044 or 09087668888. SMS and WhatsApp to 09097054450. Weekend of upset. I squeeze in my first call this morning. Let's move straight to the Spanish La Liga. Now, the last game I played yesterday in the La Liga was the game between Barcelona and Girona. Teams looking at a way to get back to the top of the table.